Okay. I have pneumonia right now, so my voice is like all freaked up. But this is the compilation of photos and videos that I have taken to record me and my best friend Lila making our matching quilts that we made together for college. It took us from April 6th, I think, until August 8th or something like that. We wanted to make oversized quilts for our twin beds that we're going to have, or twin XL beds that we're going to have in our college dorms. She's going to Oregon and I'm staying in Texas, so we're going to be very far apart from each other, and we wanted to be able to share something with each other despite the distance. And so we decided to make these rag quilts. I think we were like, yeah, we'll make them 22 by 24 rows, and they're all going to be 5 inches, and so the dimensions for that should be blah blah blah. So we'll do however many squares. We ended up cutting, I think, 2,116 or 17 squares from all of this recycled fabric from like our grandmothers, and like I used to get free bags of clothes from Facebook Marketplace during the pandemic to substitute thrifting, and so I had like all these fabrics that I saved from pieces of clothing that I liked from then too, and I actually we cut up the dresses or jackets or whatever and turned them into usable fabric for this project. And there's also a place kind of close by us called Austin Creative Reuse, and it's just like stuff that people didn't want. So it has a lot of fabric scraps, and we used a lot of that. So it's cool. It's like all fabric from there's some fabric and yarn from the 60s and like 50s and stuff, but then there's also like repurposed sheen goods. We cut all the squares and then we sewed them all into these different sandwiches, and then we trimmed all of the sandwiches so that they were a more consistent shape and size and everything. We also cut all of the squares of batting because of the type of quilt that it is. The batting goes in the middle instead of the back. So that was a lot of squares, a lot of time. Most of the time making this quilt was just spent cutting squares. And then sewing the sandwiches together. But as things went on, each step of the process got less and less time consuming. And it was really nice to get to spend so much time with Lila. We've only been friends for, I guess, a year and a half now. We met at the end of her junior year, which was the end of my sophomore year in high school. And the person I was dating cheated on me with the person that she was dating. And then we were both super sad because both those people that we were dating were like the first loves of our lives. And so I approached her one day and I was like, hey, I think you're going through a really hard time right now because I see you upset in the hallways, and I am too, and I don't know if you don't like me or something, but if you need anything, I'm here for you. And then it was just perfect. We started texting, and I'm so used to texting people paragraphs and getting 1-sentence responses and stuff, but we would just send paragraphs and paragraphs back to each other, and it was something just clicked between us. It's so great to talk to her. And it's been so nice to be her friend all this time. And I really love it. For her birthday or for Christmas it was for a graduation present. She got a sewing machine from her grandmother, and having 2 sewing machines made this project so much better because we could be sewing at the same time as one another. Because I have a sewing machine, but it's pretty trash and falling apart, and there's something wrong. There's like a really common sewing machine problem that it has right now, but I don't know how to fix it. And so, although it is a common sewing machine problem, it is making it unusable for me. Also, when we met, it was the end of her junior year and the end of my sophomore year. She was a grade ahead of me, but I graduated early. So now we're both going to college at the same time, which is awesome.
Yeah.
I didn't do it for her, though. I did
nice.
it for me. But I like to pretend I did it for her because it's
your
sweet.
Whole life, but there's not always like a project that you can concentrate on for an extended amount of time. Okay, Lila. Last individual square of the rows,
and
the
all
official
of our dogs
rows.
are gone?
All of our dogs are gone. And then also
We have, I think, 5 different squares throughout the 2 quilts that are, that have these, like,
we're gonna have to sew more
inked blue dogs on them, and they're really cute, and I'm really happy about it. Also, my sewing machine really scarred me from, like, changing out the bobbin and stuff, because that whole mechanism was just messed up and kind of broken. And, Lila sat with me and changed out the bobbin for me so many times. I'm so grateful for her. It was awesome. And here we are sewing the 2 halves together to have the full quilts.
He's being creepy to that girl.
Oh,
He's just like treating her like his dead daughter.
yeah. But I think...
And we also know that he rapes people, so...
Yeah, that does make me feel weird about him having any interactions with women or the same people. But also, I do think that is just like a very dad thing to like find a child that is basically your child. I feel like I've seen that trope a lot.
Okay, sewing machine.
You're gonna have to help her through this.
Yeah.
This is heavy for the sewing machine too.
And also the table is shaking.
Yes, the table will do that.
It's just trying to like reject this. Like it's just trying to
So
spit
what
it
I would
out.
do is put your hand on like the back upper side and try and like help bring it through.
Yeah. I might
And it will be easier once you get out of the first big chunk. But remember, the hardest part about this is just that it is heavy. Because this is like the length we've been sewing.
Mm-hmm. I'm giving myself a little bit more seam allowance to try and help too.
Yeah.
You think that's okay?
Yeah, that'll be fine. Just gonna take a long. I feel like I'm not able to watch this. So I'm going to turn that off.
Okay.
And let's do music.
Okay. Do we listen to that song again?
Yeah, sure. Do you want to play it on your phone or do you want to like type?
Can you put it on there?
Yeah, the Jesus song.
Yeah.
What's it called? Like Birds.
Turn, turn, turn by the Birds.
Yeah.
So much quilt. Hey, don't get pulled that way.
Yeah, it's gonna take a lot of slow adjusting. Oh, that.
Once we had both of our quilts all sewn together, we trimmed all of the open seams that we were leaving so that they would be frayed and get like soft and be nicer. Which was, we also sewed on a border, what's it called, bias tape, I think the bias tape was probably the worst part of the whole process. Not the most time consuming, just the most frustrating. But we did it, and then we trimmed this, and then this felt like it just took forever.
I feel like
But I'm
there's
sure it didn't.
a higher chance that you have stayed on the right road and that I am. Because in my head, I was supposed to be clipping.
I love Lila. I'm so happy we got to do this project together. Now we both have 2 very soft, very nice quilts that are far too big for our twin XL beds that we're going to have in our respective dorms. But they will be cozy and they will last us until we are old ladies and have our very own queen size beds that these are a much more reasonable fit for. So sweet, such good friendship, such good project. Love Lila, love Lila.